I have a lot of beauty products. By a lot, I mean a lot. But this is what I'm talking about. The beauty industry has grown significantly over the past few decades, and it's a good thing because it also means that a lot more people are taking care of themselves and a lot more innovation and new technology are coming into this space. However, on the flip side of it, we can't deny the fact that the beauty industry has grown significantly by fueling hyper-consumerism, selling more products than necessary, making you feel like you need all of these products in order to have the perfect clean and clear glass skin. I've been a part of this beauty industry for about 10 years now. I can tell you that there are 5 ways that the beauty industry is trying to get you to buy more.
Everyone wants to be like Kylie Jenner. Her lip kits went on sale today and sold out like that.
Host Andy Cohen asked the family, "Do you think that you are promoting unattainable standards of beauty in any way?" And without missing a beat, Kim went right in and said, "No way."
You need to look a certain way. This is called beauty standards. And of course, even before the beauty industry existed from centuries and centuries and centuries ago, at the start of the human history, I'm sure there were beauty ideals, beauty standards that our ancestors were also trying to desire and aspire to look in certain ways. However, I do think that the beauty industry is definitely pushing the boundaries and capitalizing on selling more beauty standards and further capitalizing on people's insecurities. And a really good example to that is lightening creams or whitening creams that are so popular in Asian countries. Even where I come from, which is South Korea, we do have a really huge market for this product called Tone Up Cream. There is definitely an idolization of very light and fair skin in Asian countries that are very prevalent. The beauty industry is definitely capitalizing on. Also, there's so many skin trends that have popped up in the past few years. Glass skin, dolphin skin, ceramic skin, porcelain skin, whatever. Like, your skin is just skin, but these skincare companies are creating new terms so that you can achieve that picture perfect mirror-like glass skin that are really unrealistic and unattainable, and it also makes you feel like you need all of these products in order to have those kind of dewy, luscious looking glass skin.
You know those girls that always look clean?
If you've been on Beauty Talk, then you've probably seen videos on your FYP focusing on the phenomenon that is the clean girl aesthetic. And when you search up the clean girl aesthetic, the videos and pictures show a stark lack of diversity.
And I have a fabulous eye product.
You have no wrinkles. I'm staring at you.
And I have not had any plastic surgery at all. It gets rid of wrinkles. It has liquid oxygen, which helps with circulation.
The second point is the beauty industry creates new product categories that are not really new. And here's what I mean by that.
Can you tell me which one belongs to a toner, which one is an essence, and which is a serum? Difficult, right? And do you know why? Because there's no real difference.
This blew my mind when I first jumped and started my career in the beauty industry. Anything water-based. There are no structural formulaic differences in defining or a regulated way of defining what is a toner versus what is an essence versus what is a serum versus what's an ampule.
That's what a lot of consumers get confused about. There's a lot of education on marketing's end around what those words are supposed to mean.
They're all water stuff. That's what we would call it. To a chemist, when we hear that, it doesn't mean much at all. And serum is probably the biggest wild card in that whole thing because, yeah, that could mean a treatment or it could have really no difference to like a ampule or an essence.
If you do have a facial moisturizer, just pull it up to your eye area. If it sensitizes you or if it irritates your skin, I think you should just change your facial moisturizer. From your perspective, does the industry create more and new product categories that aren't necessarily new?
Yes, all the time. This happens a lot with the industry. It's because it's so competitive, saturated. It's all about marketing. Gloria and I have definitely gotten projects before with funny new names and we're just like, oh, okay, so it's just a light lotion. Okay, got it. Cool.
Yeah, that used to drive me crazy. Like serum in lotion, serum in cream. So it's a cream. Like
eye cream and face cream. There's really no functional, structural, or technical differences between the two different product categories. I do think eye cream is just an overpriced moisturizer that is packaged in a tiny little jar that makes you feel like if you buy into this, your eye wrinkles are going to magically disappear, which is really not the case.
The clean beauty trend, with the focus on eco-friendly products and sustainability taking center stage.
There is a new low irritating ingredient that's an alternative to retinol, Bakuchiol.
Number 3 is creating new beauty trends, and I honestly think that we as consumers, or we as people who are on the social media internet and all that, are also responsible for this because our attention span is becoming shorter and shorter and shorter. The beauty industry is trying to bypass that by creating new trends after new trends after new trends, and I think that's why we're seeing such a fast fashion like beauty industry nowadays. Another dirty little secret: beauty retailers can definitely be at the very front and a core of pushing new product trends. For example, if the beauty retailer decides that the skin tint is going to be the next big thing and they're going to do a whole promotion about it next year, that incentivizes brands to launch skin tint so that they can be at the very front shelf as soon as the customer walks in to discover the brand.
The biggest frustration is definitely just the trend chasing. They see a competitor come out with a new product. Can we do this too? And a lot of times it's around a storied ingredient. Like if someone has a flower, we have to have 3 flowers.
Now that kind of marketing has changed, where it's like, we want all the actives, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's something that is probably one of our more like recent frustrations.
You've been in the industry for so many years, and you've been an esthetician for many, many years, seeing so many different clients, touching so many different skins. What are some beauty trends that are just marketing from your perspective?
Everything.
Oh, spicy.
The thing I like to say is skin, it is an organ. It is not trendy. So an ingredient that becomes the buzz ingredient or the trend ingredient, it's always good. It was always good. It just happens to be taking the spotlight now for whatever reason. You know, there's been a big push recently with barrier repair, with ceramides. That's always been important. And then of course, niacinamide gets into the mix. It's always been important. Compartmentalizing and putting this little like bow tie on something to make it digestible for the consumer, which is important. That's why I sort of aggressively say everything. Because I do feel like it's all marketing.
I totally agree with you. Jordan Samuel Skin is a brand that I really look up to because the founder himself operates the business really intentionally, making the best product possible, only what is necessary, that is inspired by his treatment room. So I wanted to ask what his brand philosophy is.
Less but better is we eventually will come out with more products. Those products, even if you're a fan of the brand, that product might not be for you. And so through our marketing, I really try to hit it hard with the education at first, educating people on why this product is coming out and who it is for and why you would need it or why you wouldn't need it.
You know, that's so simple, and I feel like that's how it should be, but because most other businesses are trying to manipulate their customers to sell more, your approach comes across as a breath of fresh air.
It's very interesting, isn't it? But I feel the same way. I feel like it should be the norm and we're actually the sort of odd person out because it's the breath.
This is something that I'm going through as a brand founder. Do you feel the pressure to keep up with new trends? Because there's, you know, social media also perpetuating the trends.
I mean, yes, we definitely feel the pressure. There's no doubt about it. I perform better when I have my horse blinders on, when I'm actually not looking at what is being talked about online, which I know sort of goes against, again, basic business 101. Yes, it's hard because the easy sell is the new product, but we're doing it this other way to try to educate, to try to create better skin, to try to create a better planet, to try to create, you know, the list goes on and on.
Next one is a big one, which is fear-mongering, because fear-mongering in the beauty industry and personal care industry, it sells really well.
Sometimes all these products may do things to us that are not so pretty.
According to a recent U.S. research report, 1 in 8 of the 82,000 ingredients used in personal care products are industrial chemicals.
By scaring and instilling some sort of skepticism and fear for a lot of products, then you can sell an alternative that is a lot pricier and you can have a very lucrative business. And we've seen so many non-toxic beauty brands and beauty retailers preaching the message of how these synthetic ingredients are really bad for you, not safe for you. But also on the flip side, an equal amount, or if not more, chemists and toxicologists coming out with information that are completely pointing into a different direction.
Are products in the USA less safe than other regions, and should consumers be worried about the safety of their products?
In general, there are good regulatory programs in place around the globe when it comes to consumer products, especially cosmetics, because they are such an integral part of the daily routine of a lot of consumers. Misconception could potentially be that, you know, big beauty is the same as big pharma, and that it's lobbied and that it's an industry that's trying to get you or that's trying to poison you for some reason.
fearmongers unnecessarily different ingredients despite no scientific evidence to support the claims against these ingredients as a way to sell you more expensive products.
In our education or communication, we try to be very mindful that it does stem from a consumer desire to know that they're using the safest thing, the best thing for themselves. And there's that mistrust in bigger brands. Don't blame the consumers for feeling that way, especially when you get like really sensationalized headlines like, did you know that cancer causing whatever is founding? Like, it's very natural to react that way.
Now, as an influencer, I receive these boxes all the time. And I will often get like one ColourPop box one day, and then the next day I'll get another one for a completely different collection. And I'm like, what? The beauty industry is a business, just like any other industry. They're obviously trying to sell you more and more products.
The next point is influencers' influence. The form of advertising has evolved throughout the entire century, from flyers, newspapers, magazines, telemarketing, radio ads, TV ads, Google, Facebook targeted ads, to influencer advertising, influencer marketing. I mean, we are constantly surrounded by all the noise that are trying to grab a piece of our attention to buy more products. But I get that the influencer marketing is probably the hardest to resist because I myself buy a lot of crap, a lot of the things that a lot of other creators that I follow endorse, promote, or use in their videos. It's a very effective tool of marketing and advertising. I don't think influencers and brands who are doing influencer marketings are at fault here, because as long as we are living in this capitalistic society and the system, advertising is inevitable. I do think though the conversation should be shifted into a way of how do we then do influencer marketing or advertising in the most conscious and the most mindful way. I think for influencers, we have seen so many different types of influencers that are maybe using their channels for the greater good and trying to provide value to their audience. But on the flip side of it, even this video, even though it's not sponsored, you're going to see a 5 seconds of advertising because I want to get compensated for the amount of research and for the amount of work that got put into this video, which is relying on the AdSense of the Google and the YouTube system, but also with the rise of influencer culture and everyone wanting to become an influencer. I think we do see a whole influx of people who are just trying to promote products after products, and their entire channel becomes like a QVC channel. And I think for brands, you know, we've seen so many extravagant PR mailers that are so out of touch that that's not even something that influencers really need or ask for. Then what should we do? Like, how do I stay as a really conscious beauty consumer? That's the question that I ask to my friends.
Very simple and very easy. Cleanse, moisturize, and sunscreen.
Then how do people add other products like vitamin A's and vitamin C's?
Figure out their skin type and skin condition if they don't know what that is. And then figuring out what results you want. So whether it is, tackling pigmentation, tackling breakout, dehydration. So from there, I would look for it potentially in a treatment product or sort of accessory product, such as a mask.
I love that you call it an accessory product.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
I take the Marie Kondo approach. Like, I like glaring, but only when it sparks joy. I don't like it when a brand tries to push that, oh, you need all these steps, when a lot of things are redundant.
Skin can only handle so much. It's really important to be strategic about what you do want to put on your skin. Mm-hmm. It's more is not always more. It's actually a lot of times it's not good at all. So be confident in knowing how it's reacting to what you're using. Don't feel the need to suddenly be like, all right, I gotta go listen to Kim K. She knows what's up, and I gotta follow whatever routine that just came out from Victoria Beckham.
Empowering customers to trust themselves more than just listening to like the outside noise. So I hope this video was helpful, you guys, in wanting to become a more mindful, conscious, and an intentional consumer of the entire beauty world. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button if you did enjoy this video, and do subscribe to my channel if you are new to it. I will see you guys later. Bye!